Page 76, Minuet in G. 3/4 time, well, it's a minuet, okay. 1 sharp, well, it's in G. I mean, it's all in the title. Okay. We have a lot of these parallel thirds going. Let's look at this right hand carefully. Here. Just make sure you can play these legato. Don't worry about the rhythm. No. This way here. And thumb. We don't want to keep doing this. That doesn't work very well. So once we get there, then we use thumb and we can do that. That's much easier to use 1/5 and either 2/4 or 2/3. Doesn't matter which you use, but see, they're suggesting 2/4. That's fine. You can do that. So then it's, and the short notes got to be short. Don't turn them into triplets. We don't want to da 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 da. No, they got to be short. Lift up. Their fingering. I like their fingering. Just here and again. And 3, 4. We want to connect. That's what we're after. And again, it's going to be 1/5. 1/5. I like this. You got to get off the E there because the next part has, so it's here. I like that fingering. Go third line. I do a 1/3 and a 1/4. I want to connect this. I want to connect all that together. So it's 1/3, 1/4, 1/5. And that's a quarter note. And then let's pivot on the thumb and come over. Here. Here. 3, and then let up on this because you need it for the next part. Connect this and this. Okay. And then go on. Now they're saying 3. It's not real comfortable. I use thumb, but unless you have really big hands, it doesn't work right. We're kind of stuck with the thumb. Whatever. You do the best you can on it. That's not really comfortable. Now for the trio, the slurs and the staccatos, look out. Connect that. This is the first full measure of the trio. You're connecting the first 2 notes, but separate that D from the first staccato note. Don't play 3 notes together like that. Separate them. So the pickup beat, that's 3 notes together, but that's it. The last 2 measures of this line, it's 3 notes, but separate the G from the A. So it's like the last note of the trio is a slight staccato on it. And that's kind of important in this. We want to feel that slur staccato thing. It's a nice contrast. You have a 2-note slurs at the beginning of this, and then it changes to 3-note slurs, so make sure you get all those in. Then the left hand is, just disconnect the left hand. So as far as the left hand goes, they have a staccato on that first note. I disagree with that one. If you're going to do that, put a staccato on all the other measures. Be consistent. They don't really have any articulation. So do you disconnect all of them? Or do you connect all of them? They don't say anything. And when they don't say anything, it's your choice. What do you want? So you try all these things out, and what do you like best? So forth, or this. That's a little harder because of the different things going on in the hands. Maybe you connect the first. However, I can't tell you one way's right or one way's wrong. You'll have to decide for yourself. I'm probably going to play them legato because it's easier for me to do that. So it's a... It's a 2-3, and then going on, now it's legato. Sounds weird, that's what he wrote. Unless it's a misprint. Take it really, really slow. See, this sounds weird. Practice that one. Last line. Now you have two voices in the left hand, so you're going to hold the first note down for the measure. And again, holding that down for the measure. Now hold the G down. It's up to you. It's not a fast minuet or a slow, it's kind of a middle of the road, but it has to be smooth and even. It is a dance. And so you don't want dancers tripping all over themselves because you're glitching on the rhythm's got to be steady. So however you can play this trio, that's sort of how you can do the beginning. Like so, that's the speed. Now we add the pedal to help us out with connecting things and to add color a little bit as we need to. And the pedal suggestions they're giving you in the book are only suggestions. Ultimately, it's up to you. But don't pedal everything. We want to hear the phrasing. Don't pedal over the staccatos in the trio. There's very little pedaling in that trio. So you have to decide on the sound. Again, this is why we learn it first without pedal, and so we can hear it. We make the fingers do the work. And then we can add the pedal only as we need to. So at the beginning it's legato, but no pedal is needed until the half note. And we're only using pedal to color the half note. We don't need it, we're just adding color. We're adding overtones to the half note is all it is. And by the way, this is soft. So it's typical use of pedal. When you have long notes, you would pedal the long notes to add color to them. It just has a little flavor. Otherwise, they just sit there and do nothing. And so that's really what we're doing. Again, at the beginning, softly. A lift up. It's not a short staccato. Just lift up so there's silence before you go on. Silence there. So it's... In my opinion, that's a little choppy. If you want to use the pedal to connect that, I see nothing wrong with it. So here, I'd push the pedal down after it and lift it up after I play that. So it's just down for a moment. I'm just using it to connect. That's all. I think that's fine. Pedal that. I don't know that you need pedal here. In my opinion, I would not pedal that. That's just silly. Anyway, then you'd repeat, but let's go on for now. Now we're going to pedal this. We want to connect these. We need the pedal for that. But I would lift it up with the half note here. The quarter note that comes out. I want silence before before I do that. But the left hand stays down. See? That. And again, you want to connect that, then pedal that. Just to connect it at the top of page 77 because it's loud and I want it staccato, but I don't want it too blurry, so I'm going to pedal like with each beat. Here, or I can lift the pedal up and use a separate pedal. You have to experiment with the sound, but to me it's too much. I don't like that sound without pedal, so I need pedal to help me connect it. And again, just pedal with each beat. I'm just helping connect these. You don't need there. It's interesting, they put an accent there, you had a diminuendo, and then this forzando. Whatever. Then the trio, they're pedaling the first, this is a waltz style pedaling, where you just pedal the first beat or the first two beats of every measure to bring out the natural accent. That's fine. If you want to just pedal the first beat, that's fine. And then in the fourth line down, this part, you don't pedal these. This, we want this syncopation going on. Then you're back to this. You pedal the first beat. Experiment with the pedaling and see what you think on it. First, of course, learn it without pedals. So your fingers, you don't have to, you got to get to the point where you're not thinking about fingering and where they're going and all that. I'm not to that yet. And then you focus on what the pedal is doing. Eventually, the whole thing becomes sort of automatic to you. Then you can get into the music and start thinking about the flow and the meaning of the music. So forth. It's a nice flow of the whole thing, even when it gets loud. It's still kind of flowing. The last line on page 70 says just a little louder. I tend to crescendo up there. Now this is loud. We want to hear this. Over everything else, we want to hear that. So forth, and then the trio is just a nice light feel. And so forth. Of course, typical of minuets and this kind of thing, you have the DC al fine at the bottom, takes you back to the main minuet. So you do the DC al fine, go back to the beginning, just play it straight through to the fine there, the second ending at the top of page 77. Yeah.